Hi everybody, this is Zombie and welcome to another one of my Dungeon Boss videos. Boss Fight have released their latest hero for Dungeon Boss. He is called Bauble, so I thought I'd put this quick review together so we can take a look at him and his abilities and see what he's all about. Right, let's get the little dude summoned. So lots of gold, and there we go, very good. That didn't take long, so that was a 10 times summon, so there he is. Let's see what else I get from this. Go. Oh, some more tokens. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Oh, more bauble. Oh, and another bauble. Very good. So that was 4 unlocks in the 10 times. Pretty good going. Right then, so now we've got him summoned. Let's go and get him ascended up. So, well, let's have a look at him first properly. There he goes. So it's basically Bubo, or whatever he's called, from Clash of the Titans, and they've made a little owl replica of him, and he's called Bauble. Did you see what they did there? Quite cunning. So his first ascension, then, it looks like it takes these here. What are these? 2 of these Infinity Evos. Let's get him ascended up, and there he'll get positive charge, gives all allies electric skin and heals or repairs. And he's armoured and takes less damage because he's flying. Takes less damage from melee attacks. So let's ascend him, see what happens. There we go. There he is. There's his first ascension. Little bauble. Right, on his next one, we're looking at 4 Runed Evos and 8 Incendiaries, plus Light Evos and Fire. And we get, for our Ascension, Questionable Contrails. Ranged light attack on all enemies for 97 damage with a chance to burn, poison or frostbite. Buffs death each ally. That's pretty good. Innate ability to dodge. You know that this guy's going to end up on PvP teams. Overclocked. Armoured allies have an increased chance to dodge ranged attacks. And if an attack would kill this hero, deal revenge damage equal to the attack up to max health. Very interesting. So I guess he explodes or something on death. Huh. Get him there. There we go. And there we are. Fully ascended. Little torchy replica, I guess. And then there we go. I'll continue the full review shortly once I've got this guy leveled up. Okay, so although it's only been moments since the last scene of this video, it's been around 24 hours since I pulled Bauble down from the heroic portal. Since then, I've got him up to 6 star, used a lot of my free heroic summons to get him there. The good thing about being in level capped is lots of free summons every week, well 5, and they build up over time. So I must have used about maybe 60 or something. It's quite outrageous when you think about it, but 60 summons. But you know, the things I do for my viewers, I don't think I would have done it otherwise, but I just wanted you to see his stats at max. I've got no idea whether he's any good yet or not. I've not been using him a great deal. I've sort of played with him, just as you'll see in the footage that I'll show shortly. But I've also fought him in PvP, and he's actually quite tough. I went through a few teams. I've not been able to record any of the fights, but on one of them I did actually lose, and he did play a pivotal part. He was healing up the rest of the team. It was pretty good. It was him, Furnace, Emily, and don't know, pick a random character you like, Shadowblade or MK, something like that. And they did pretty well actually. Rune configuration. Then what I've gone for is this for now. These are just stuff I add on to the characters that I've pulled off from there. So I've made sure that his dodge is at max, and I've tried to give him some extra health as well because of one of the abilities, which I'll show you shortly, because of the retaliation damage it does. But this is by no means perfect. This is by no means the optimal of what you could get for Bauble. I just bunged these on because I pulled them off from characters that aren't using them, as I say. So let's go through his traits. First off then, we have the fact that he's a construct, which means he's invulnerable to all debuffs but can't be healed, just like Furnace, so you'll be familiar with that one. He's armoured and takes less damage from physical attacks. He's also flying, so takes less damage from melee attacks. He is also shifty, which means he has an innate ability to dodge attacks, just like MK. Overclocked, armoured allies have increased chance to dodge ranged attacks for 1 turn. So that is really good. That is on the match where I fought Emily and Furnace and gang. And they all dodged it. It was quite frustrating. They all dodged Kozar's first attack. They all completely dodged it. It was very frustrating. Really good though, and I think you'll see a lot of that in PvP. I've not mucked around with him too much in PvP because I'm kind of precious about my position at the minute. I'm number 27th when I last finished earlier, and don't want to jeopardise that by messing with my defence team because it's running quite well. Next one, volatile components. If an attack would kill this hero, so if an attack does kill this hero, not would, if an attack does kill the hero, it deals revenge damage equal to the attack up to a max health. So that's why I was talking about this a moment ago. Jack's boomsticking level cap was on about piling as much health onto this guy as possible, because when he dies, then he'll do damage to a hefty amount of damage to whoever did the deed. So there'll be lots of experimentation. That's not set in stone. Wrong guy. At the moment as being the de facto approach, but you know, it's one of those things that are going to make him a bit more useful. And then of course we've got him with Blessing of the Seeker. So that's the stats that I've got him looking at the moment. On to his abilities, and his basic attack is entitled IFF Targeting. Now, for those of you who don't know, what I think boss fight are referring to here is the Identify Friend or Foe transponder on military aircraft. If they got a target locked upon their radar and it's out of visual range, they can just interrogate the transponder, and it tells you whether they're a goodie or a baddie and whether to blow them up or not. So there you go, useless, I guess, piece of information for you there, guys. So the ability itself then, let's read this out. So melee physical attack for 846 base damage, heals target friendly construct, or target ally gains a class specific buff. Now what this means then is that you can either choose to do an attack on an enemy, heal a friendly construct, or if you cast it on one of your other allies that aren't a construct, you'll get a class specific buff. And what they are is, the first one, if it's a construct, they'll get repaired, which I think is kind of heal. I don't think that's damage over time. I think it's a one-off. If they're a healer, they will get a boost to crit and skill. If they're a tank, they will get a death buff increase. If they're a caster, they'll get 1 extra energy added to them. And if they are any other type, then their attack will increase. Next is Unstable Bomb, so a ranged physical attack on the target enemy for 1523 base damage with a chance to add up to 3 status effects. Gains energy for each effect not applied. Now what that means is if you fire this at someone and you only get 1 of your 3 status effects on there, you will actually gain 2 energy for this ability, which means that you can cast it all the quicker. The next one, Positive Charge. Quite basic. It gives all allies electric skin and heals or repairs, so that heals and fixes up constructs and also normal allies. And this is what I faced in PvP. It got this far and Bauble was able to cast this and healed up Furnace, and it caused me all sorts of pain, and I ended up losing that match, so that was pretty handy. And the last one, Questionable Contrails, which is quite a funny name when you see the animation. He launches off and he flies around and he drops a load of gas on his enemies. Ranged light attack on all enemies for 486 damage with a chance to burn, poison or frostbite. Buffs death for each ally. So he also gives that death buff, which is quite useful. The damage is quite low, but the fact it gives all those buffs out, or could give all those buffs out, makes up for it. Some final thoughts then before we wrap up. First off, synergies. If you pair him up with armoured other heroes, then that's a good idea. If you put him in there with Furnace, Furnace will grant him that extra damage reduction on top of whatever you manage to pile on top of him anyway, just like you can do with Emily. So they make a good trio. And that passive coming from Bauble that gives all armoured heroes extra dodge chance on ranged attacks is also going to be really important for PvP, I think. Combining him with other light heroes I think is also a very good idea. You can put him in there with Arya for even bigger dodge, and that's what I've kind of built him for there because of that natural ability, just like MK, where he's got that initial 20% dodge. So all you need to do is put another 5 on there and you've got some pretty high dodge stats. And because he's able to heal either normal heroes or constructs, I think that is going to make him particularly strong, especially in PvP. And that's certainly my experience when attacking those defenders who were using him, because they just healed up Furnace and the rest of the team and, yeah, ended up losing those matches, as I say. The question we're all asking then is he a game changer? Well, I think it's too early to actually tell. Certainly doesn't strike me as that right just now, but then I've only had him for 24 hours, so I'm not going to call it, really. I think he's got a lot of potential to be so. The guys in level capped are using him for all sorts of different things to try and test him out, what he's good at, a lot of theory crafting, so I'll report back in videos. Maybe we'll see him in future videos of mine in PvP or PvE. But I'm looking forward to using him, that's for sure, and I will want to see what you guys come up with and how you use him, so do let me know in the comments or let me know online. That's all for now, guys. Please do leave comments, questions or suggestions in the comments section below. I'll always try to answer. Remember to check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more Dungeon Boss videos, or search Zombie Dungeon Boss in Google or YouTube for more. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.